Hi,
Hello, Steve.
all right.
Yes, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. We're ready. Okay, we're ready to go.
Yes, when you are.
All right. Good evening, Dr. And welcome to another episode. Number two tonight. We got another one after Eugene. Um, if you've got any questions or messages for Eugene, please put them on the right hand side of the column. And um, and the people listening on the radio, can you make sure that you also kind of leave the questions until 10 minutes to the end, if any, please. Thank you very much. Hello, Eugene. How are you?
Hello, Steve. I'm doing good, thank you. Thanks for asking. And yourself?
Brilliant. Very good. Very good.
Brilliant.
Uh, there's a lot more listeners tonight listening to you on the radio and everything. So
Oh, that's lovely.
can you tell them, please, about yourself?
Yes, so my name is Eugene Ankomo. I am a visual artist. Um, so I make paintings, drawings, installations. I use sound in my work. I use fashion in my work. And by that, what I mean is I use myself, as you can see. I play, if you like, I use different characters or different personas who are usually created to fit new ideas that I introduce. A lot of my work looks at social issues. Um, and over the last, say, 2 years, I've been doing quite a lot of work on using art as a tool to create more awareness for anti-knife crime. Um, yeah, anti-knife crime awareness, I would say. So that's something that I've been working on and slowly touring different parts of the country.
Yeah, yeah. And we'll get on to about the knife crime in a minute. Now,
Yes.
people will kind of like actually say, who the heck will we got on here? Right? The first thing they'll say, right?
Yes.
And but the trouble is, you're a visual artist. This is you. This is what you do.
That's right.
Okay. And by the way, you're looking good, mate. You're looking good.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So
Thanks.
explain to everybody what you're wearing and about about what you're wearing.
Yeah, I call this the army authority chic, and what I mean by that is, as you can see, a lot of the symbolism from the hat to the navy jacket, and this tie that I made, if you want to call it a tie, it's all kind of has army symbolism on there. So yeah, again, I call it the army authority chic, and it's the idea of, as some people may know, artists really, when you come down to it, about symbolism and what symbols mean to me as the artist, but to you, the viewer. And we use the symbols to kind of, if you like, poke your emotions or to bring different ideas to you. So that is kind of what I'm going for with this particular look. But also, I tend to do lots of face painting. And the face painting is just a bit of a cultural reference to my African heritage because my parents are from Ghana.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, it's kind of I'm a mix of all of these things. But yeah, today I look this way. As you know, when we spoke the other time, I looked different.
Yes, yes,
So depending on where I am, where I'm going, what I'm doing, I look different for different reasons. But
yeah,
yeah, today this is what I felt like today.
yeah. And well done for doing this because
Thank you, Steve.
there's a lot of people out there who are negative, and there's a lot of people out there who are negative. But I think what you do, you you you, you really inspire people, and That's why I asked you to come back again
No, thank you so
because
much. That's so kind. Thank you.
because you are you are kind of like inspiration to everybody.
Thank you
Uh,
so much.
the with your costumes and stuff, so you make them all yourself, yeah?
Yes. So I I mean I could walk into a shop, I don't know, Prada or Armani or whatever, and get something expensive and beautiful looking. But I think in the same creative way that I put my paintings together or my drawings or whatever it is that I'm making. I don't think in my mind there's a difference between me looking this way and the painting you see behind me. I think it's in my head, it's all the same thing. So
Mm,
yeah, I like to go to different places
mm.
to find things that I find interesting and to put them together. So, for example, I had until I made this thing you're seeing here, I had never seen one before, but I created it.
Mm.
So for me, again, it's all about spreading the creativity beyond a piece of paper or canvas and just bringing it onto myself in order for you, the audience, to get closer to me or to understand my personality.
Yeah, yeah, and well done for that.
Thank you.
And actually, to express yourself with your heart and what you do and with your visual. I'm just admiring the background there, that picture. Did you do that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
I'm just admiring that, and that is, really, really good, really, really good.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Yes.
explain to me about it.
Um, these are two characters that came to my mind, and I wanted to just experiment by just creating them. I like the fact that they're yellow. They look quite animalistic almost,
Yeah, yeah,
but at the same time, they could almost be two people wearing masks, if you like.
yeah.
It has something African masky about it, and it's a male and a female. And
Right.
yeah, I see them as a series that I'm going to be continuing. So we're going to be seeing them in other paintings, other pieces of work. Um, you know,
Okay, really good.
yeah, but yeah, this is one of my kind of very expressionistic type of stuff that I've been working on.
Well, and well done for that.
Thank you.
Um, now the trouble is, when you came over to the UK
Yes,
from Ghana, that must have been a bit of a big step for you, wasn't it?
absolutely. I mean, I was born in the UK, but some people will know that I was only 13, and that meant that I had to get used to the life in the UK all over again. And that was tricky. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Just your family still over Ghana, aren't they?
Yes, I have aunties and cousins and yeah, lots of aunties, but yeah, lots of friends as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Lots of family are in Ghana. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What was it? What what's the situation over there at the moment? Then can you? I bet you can't go over there with the clothing that you got on and the mask and go over there now. You'd be arrested, wouldn't you?
Oh gosh, that's such a funny comment, Steve. I'm laughing because I had a TV interview about 8 years ago, um, and the presenter said exactly the same thing as what you just said, and it got me laughing. He was like, "Would you go to Ghana? Would you go to Accra? You know, walking around the streets like that?" And I said, "Yes, I would." And he said, "You'll be arrested."
Mm,
And I was like, "If that was to happen, so be it." But I haven't committed any crime. I'm just
no,
expressing
no,
myself.
no.
Yeah,
I know you've got to express yourself, but
absolutely.
people are saying, people have said, good on you. People from our radio, they've said, good on him. We should all express ourselves, which is true, isn't it?
It is. It is. I mean, um, I'll give you a quick example of something that happened only 2 weeks ago. So I was asked to do a week of workshops with some nursery children, and I went in and did the workshops, and we created some beautiful art. And on the very last day, I dressed up just to surprise them. And the first 20 minutes, they were completely shocked, but also amazed, and they were laughing. But I had lots of them surrounding me, asking me lots of questions. Why do you have paint in your face, and why are you wearing this and that? By an hour's time, or when an hour went by, all the kids wanted to look like me,
Yeah, yeah,
or went to the teachers asking them for face paint. So we spent the next 3 hours painting our faces, or all of them getting paintings or getting designs on their faces.
yeah, yeah,
And all they kept doing was, pointing to my face, and the design I had on the day, going, "Oh, Miss, can I have one just like Eugene?" Um, and I'm saying this story just as an example of how we often start off laughing at and sometimes ridiculing what we don't understand.
mm,
But it's only because it triggers something inside us that is dormant, that has not been touched.
yeah,
And once it's explained, and people tend to find out that we don't do it to offend people, but we do it to express ourselves. It only opens doors in other people's minds, and then they lead, or it leads them to finding their own freedom or their own expression. And I think that's the beauty of this.
yeah. Oh, yeah, and certainly, and I think I admire you for that. I know somebody, you probably know him too. Mark Fowler.
Oh yes, my friend. Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
Mark is great. I know Mark.
yeah.
Yes.
He's gone now, isn't he? He's not around no more, isn't
Yeah, he's decided to not be on social media for a while.
he? Oh,
And I don't blame him. I mean, I think what he's doing now with his YouTube page, and I think people should check out his YouTube page, Mark Unique Fowler. He's doing great, and he's enjoying himself, and he's happy. So I'm fully supporting him.
yeah. Okay. Um, what's the difference between you and Mark then?
What's the difference between me and Mark? Um, I guess.
Because
I'll,
some people would say, well, you're just the same.
yeah, I don't think we're the same at all. And if you look at what we both do, we're not the same. We're similar in the sense that we both belong to the, if you like, the movement
Uh-huh.
of folks and people who dress up
Uh,
to express themselves. But in terms of the content of what we wear, the symbols we put together, how we look, how we appear, I think we're completely different. Um, yeah.
uh, okay. Um, w- the trouble is, um, the one of the rumors why Mark went on social media was it
Yes.
was because people were having a go at him about the way he looked. Now,
Yeah. Mm.
are you really concerned about that?
In my perspective, not at all. I'm not affected by it at all. And I hope, if that's the reason, that he comes back. Yeah, I mean, it's even if you decided to wear the most expensive traditional clothing outside, you will have one person somewhere who would have a problem with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Have a problem with the cost of it. It
Oh
could be
my
the
God.
color they do not like. Somebody somewhere will always complain, and I think that's okay. If they don't understand or don't want to accept something, that's perfectly fine. But it means what I do isn't for them. It's for me, and it's for those
Yeah,
who.
of course,
Yeah,
yeah. And I totally agree with you. And you don't change for anybody, okay?
absolutely not.
You be yourself. It's don't worry about it.
Definitely.
Um, with the with what you do with all the painting work and everything and all the dressing up, what do you like best?
What do I like best? I think I like the making of the work. So what I have behind me and many other things that I'm constantly making. I like the stuff that I do onto surfaces, be it a wall, a canvas, piece of paper, be it something that I've set up like an installation. Um, when I'm creating sounds, I like those things best because those are the things that first and foremost represent me. And I think the dress up or whatever else that I do is secondary. It's the icing on the cake
Mm.
to the work. Yeah.
When you go out in public and you wear your costumes,
Yes.
what is the response?
Um, People often stop in the street um, and they point. You see some whispering into each other's ear, or the person, the ears of the person they're standing with. Um, Lots of people pull out their cameras and they'll start taking photographs and filming. Some people will come to take selfies with me. Some people have asked for autographs. Some people have stood and literally interviewed me as to who I am, what I do. Um, yeah, wanting to know more about where they can see more of my work. Um, I've even had opportunities where I've had magazine editors stop me saying, "We'd love to interview you for a magazine or for a magazine TV show. Uh,
Mm.
would you want to come onto our radio show?" So many different things.
Yeah, yeah. What's when you kind of like doing all your costumes, all your artwork and everything,
Yes.
and when people begin to kind of like what you're doing, I bet you get a real great big buzz out of it, do you?
Yeah, it's nice. Like I said, I know I'm very aware of how we are all brought up and what we are encouraged to accept and what we are pushed to fear. And I get it. But I think, as we said a little bit earlier, when I meet people whose eyes are able to open or whose hearts are able to become more accepting as a result of meeting myself, talking to me, finding out that there are good reasons behind what I do, that I'm no different to them
No,
in that
no.
sense. I think that's an absolutely beautiful and wonderful thing to give to people.
The trouble is, we're all different.
Absolutely.
We're all different, and the trouble is, we got to start looking out, looking after ourselves. We're all different. We all got different personalities, and if
Absolutely.
people, and I say, if people don't like us, then that's their problem. You know what I mean?
Of course. Of course. I mean, I always say to people that when you see something that puts fear into you, it's not the fault of the thing that you're looking at. You should, if anything, question yourself and why you have that emotion towards it. And it's
Yeah,
always a moment to get to understand yourself and why you feel that way. So
yeah,
that whole process for me is an education in itself. It's about self-discovery. So when people look at me or my work and react in a certain way, it's not necessarily about the work. It's more about them and what they haven't necessarily discovered about themselves.
well done, well done, and well said.
Thank you.
You are, what can I say? I'm getting a lot of. I can. Sorry, why I keep on putting my head down for it is because I'm getting a lot of stuff in my ears saying, ask him this and ask him that, but
It's all
I
right.
just haven't got the time, honestly. We're getting loads of people on it. Um, 3,000 people on my radio at the moment.
Oh, well.
Just keep on. Hi, Steve. Would it be possible if you can have Eugene back? Um, yeah, we're getting back. We've got loads of stuff to cover with him. Loads of stuff. If that's all right with him, will that be all right?
Yeah, that's okay, Steve.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll have him back. Don't worry. Um, can you ask Eugene if I want to be a visual artist, how do I get about it? That's a good question.
Sure. I have a really simple answer for that one. I think Don't overthink it. Just get the things together. And when I say things, I mean materials together in terms of what attracts you, be it a pencil, a piece of paper, paint, canvas, whatever it is, and just have a go. And I think in your process, you will start to find yourself and whatever it is that's trying to come out of you. If you keep doing that, before you know it, you be an artist. Everybody is an artist.
No, they're not. No, I'd love to be an artist, but when I was at school, I never could do nothing. I remember my teachers used to say to me, "Steve, I want you to draw houses, but do a perspective
Yes.
in the distance."
Yeah.
Oh, well, I couldn't do it, could I? I just draw a house, four windows and a little door and everything, and a little doggy outside, a
Yeah.
matchstick dog, and that was it. I said, put that through. I'm not very good at art. I'm telling you.
But you see the example you just gave, Steve. Um, as real as it is, I see lots of limitations with that. So the teacher asked you to draw something specific. Now, if you put that aside for a second, I bet you that there are things inside of you that you could express freely and in a raw, more truthful way that expresses who you are. And
Oh
when I
yeah,
say
yeah,
who you are, yeah, without the rules that the
yeah,
teacher.
yeah, yeah. I could, I've interviewed people on here, and I've been really harsh with
Yeah,
them. But it's just my job. This is the way I do it. But I don't. But also, when people come on here, they know that they will get the truth from me. And
absolutely. It's important.
I'll just tell them as it is. If I think they're, if they're a bit of a D8, say, I will tell them. And I don't hide the fact around. I've
Yeah,
had politicians, I've had actors who think they could act, or
of course.
Elvis personalities,
Yes.
people like that, and I just tell people what I think, and I've had spiritual people on here talking about ghosts and stuff, and yesterday, it's last night, it was, you know, but one last thing I want to ask you is this, that when you're doing all this, when you're doing everything that you're doing,
Yes.
why, why, and how? Why did you start it from the beginning? What made you click? It make you think, well, I'm going to dress up now and be myself. Was it something that people were you looking for attention?
Not at all. Um, I'll start answering your question from the last point. I have been getting attention since I was a child,
Right,
for the stuff that I drew, for the things that I painted. So all my life, I have had attention. So I know very much what that feels like.
right,
And it's all been, positive attention because people are amazed at what I do. This, for me, is more about contributing to the idea of art and what an artist does. Now, if I would abandon my ideas of who I was in order to do what has always been done, um, then I will become just like anybody else who was or who is. I'm not necessarily interested in that. For me, it's always about the possibilities of myself as a human being.
mm,
It's about the possibilities of us as creators or as people who have creative ideas. And until we push and try things out, we will never know.
no,
And I think, once upon a time, there were cavemen. We live in the 21st century. We have mobile phones. From the caveman to the modern man, there's been many great inventions that have moved us on. And these people dared and they tried. They poked, they asked questions, and they dived in to just experiment and to see what else was possible. As an artist, I'm no different.
well done, and that's it. Well said. Well said.
Thank
Um,
you.
what I want to do next time is I want to touch on. I ain't got time now, but what I do want to do is touch on knife crime because I know that that's your big thing about knife crime, and it's mine too. You know, I do a lot about mental health, knife crime, all sorts of things, and
Absolutely.
and obesity. So I
Definitely.
will make sure that we'll book. I'll get my wife to book you in for that.
Sure.
Thank you very much for coming back on and for your time. I know you're really busy and everything.
My pleasure. Always
All
good
right.
to meet you, Steve.
Thank you so much for coming on again.
Thank you, Steve. Pleasure.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.
That was Eugene, guys, and thank you, Eugene. Okay, I'm going to be back about 10 o'clock now. See you later.